And so, this is the words that God speaks. He says, "Behold, I will stand before you there on the Tzur at Horeb." So, what's the rock? The rock is, in Horeb, maybe this rock. Here's another picture of the rock, this giant monolith. Who is doing the talking? Feel free to answer. In this passage, who's talking? God's talking. So he's the I in this picture, right? Behold, God, I, God, will stand before you on the rock. So the rock is, this is where the idea comes from, that the rock, the tzur, is God. This is the presence of God. And Moses has experienced God's presence before. But also, there's this interesting word here, before. God says, "I will stand before you." And this word's fascinating because it's a Hebrew word that means face, presence, person. So, okay, you mean to tell me that, behold, God will stand face to face in person there at the rock at Horeb? This is a powerful moment. It's like when Moses was up on the mountain and God, overshadowed him with the rock. He's in God's presence now. God says, "I'm going to stand right here in front of you, face to face. I'm not like this. This is face to face right now. I'm going to be there with you." So, who is the you in this picture? We've got I, we've got before, and we've got rock. Who's the you? Moses. So God is saying, "Moses, I'm going to stand before you face to face at the rock at Horeb." So this is an encounter. This is an encounter with the living God, is what we're reading about now. An encounter. Like Mount Sinai and the giving of the Ten Commandments. And that's why I have this little graphic of Moses here with the Ten Commandments, because it's the only one I could find. I find images on Wikipedia and I take the backgrounds out. This is a Rembrandt drawing of Moses and the Ten Commandments. Probably not terribly historically accurate. But God's command now to Moses is this: "And you shall nakah the tzur, and when you do that, water will come out that people may drink." So God says, "I'm standing before you, Moses, face to face, person to person, before this rock, and you're supposed to nakah this rock." Well, Moses does it, but does he hit the rock with his 10 Commandments? I don't want to mislead you. He doesn't have the 10 Commandments in his hand. What does he have, the Bible says? We read it. He's got his staff, okay? So let's get rid of these 10 Commandments. And let's give him his staff, because that's important. Right? This is my new little, I'm playing with my graphics because I got a new program and it's fun. But also, it helped me discover something when I did this last week. So God commands him, "You shall strike the tzur and water will come out of it." So Moses does that. He goes over, he hits the rock, and he comes back. And so what God is really saying here is that I will stand before you and you will kill the deity. I'm going to come down face to face with you, Moses, right here. And I want you to take your rod and kill the deity. Kill me. God stands and says, "Kill me. Come kill me." What does he kill him with? What does he strike the rock with? Wood. He strikes the rock with wood. It's a picture of the cross still. And so here in the Old Testament, we have this picture of Jesus, of God coming down in person, standing face to face, and saying, "Kill me, nakah me." If you don't believe me, here's another place that the word nakah is used. "Surely he has borne," Jesus, "and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken," nakah, "by God, and afflicted." This is the great prophetic passage in Isaiah that we sing at Christmas time, and Mozart writes really great arias about it. God did the afflicting. And here the word nakah, it's the same one that's used in this passage, but it's got a different tense to it. It means to receive a blow. Not to give it, it means to receive it. Same word, different tense. So if I said, I hit you, or you hit me, that's the difference between the tenses. So in this Isaiah passage, God is the one that's doing the afflicting. And so this is just a phenomenally clear picture of Yeshua, of Jesus, of God coming down face to face and striking him. And what's the result? What's the result? Water. Is it living water or is it cisterned water? Living water. What does Jesus say to the woman at the well in John chapter 4? She keeps coming to the well, and the well is kind of a picture, it's kind of in between cistern water and living water. Because wells can run dry, they're not sure about the depth of the well. She's coming to the well, but he says to her, if you believe in me, I will give you rivers of living water, and you will never thirst. I will be for you a rock split in the desert to give you water that just comes and comes. It's like Caesarea Philippi, a spring water from the Jordan. It's like the San Marcos River. You have a question? Sorry. I'm used to questions. And it's just this, he just says, I will be this rock for you. And if you think that I'm just trying to make this Old Testament connection and it's really not there, which some people do, I want to show you this. This is Paul in the New Testament. All ate, talking about the Jews, the Hebrews, all ate the same spiritual food and all drank the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock, this one, that followed them, and that rock was Christ. Paul, the Pharisee of all Pharisees, trained under Gamaliel, this man that knew the first 5 books of the Scriptures, the Torah, Pat, he says, that rock, from that event, when you were dead, thirsty, and busted up, that rock was Jesus. This is a phenomenal picture of Christ in the Old Testament. And if you go through, and if you guys want to do some word studies on your own, there's a website called blueletterbible.com that's really great. And you can search the word rock or tzur, and I wrote down the little Strong's numbers. The times in the Old Testament that the psalmist uses that to talk about the fortress of God and the presence of God, I mean, it's really fascinating. And so this is this great picture. And then I'm going to come back to this when we do Google Earth. But immediately after this event, they're in the valley of Rephidim, and Israel's first enemy comes against them. So this is the first time that Israel fights as a nation. Up until this point, who defeated the Egyptians?